What's up YouTube, Little Candy Gamer here. Today we're going to be talking about some art supplies. So I'm going to start off with what's least relevant to what's most relevant. I've had a few people contacting me asking me about which supplies that I use. I really appreciate all of your questions. I really appreciate you guys coming and asking me questions about art and any confusion that you've got about making galaxies. That's really cool. I'm glad that you've watched my channel, and I'm really glad that you're able to then come and ask me for help. I'm happy to help anyone that needs it. And I'm just so glad that you guys feel like you can come to me. I don't really sort of try and like hide anything. I know that some artists will be like, that's my secrets. Protect my secrets. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna start off by telling you guys when I first started doing art. I mentioned before in a previous video that I started off doing acrylic paintings, so I'm going to show you which paints that I used. So these are Liquitex heavy body acrylic paints, and they are quite dense. They're really good for background work and that sort of thing. This one here is my personal favorite, and that one's called Iridescent White, I believe, or yeah, that's what it's called. Iridescent White. My camera has issues with focusing. There we go. And that one is like a nice pearly. I don't know if you can see that because it's so. My camera doesn't want to focus on it. No. Anyway, it's like a white pearly sort of color, and it's really nice. I'm not going to paint it on anything here. And then I just use like these cheap student paints because I didn't have very much money, so they're called Chromacryl, and they're about, I don't know, I think you can get a pack of 5 of them for around $23 Australian if you hunt around, so they're not too expensive at all. That's just all I could afford at the time. And these are the liners I used to use. I personally like, they're really fine. These are 0.4 and they're just like a knockoff Stedler. They're called Fenrong and they're not too bad. Like, I think it just didn't really suit my art style, but I've got them in like all these different colors. All these different colors. I keep them all in a jar here, so there we go. That's all of those. I don't really use them anymore, but if you want to give them a try, that's like completely optional and up to you. They're not necessary for drawing Prismacolor pencil drawings. And next we have, so I'll show you my paper, which is this little sketchbook here is one of them, but I mainly use this one for testing and things. So this is Strathmore Tone Tan, 50 sheets, 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and I mainly use this book for testing, but I also use it for, oh, that's just which pencils I need. I also use it for small size drawings as well. And this is the larger size of the same book, so that's basically more in the same. This one I tear the pages out and I cut them down because this is a standard American size, which is fine for you. If you're in America, you can just leave it as it is, but I use a little guillotine that I bought on eBay for I think 20 Australian dollars, and I cut them down to A4 size for my customers because it's easier to frame them over here if you do that. So I've got one of these babies. That's just an A4 size guillotine, lifts up, chops the paper. And that's pretty straightforward. I don't have to explain too much about the guillotine. I also have a standard sketchbook, and this is just where I practice. Do we really want to look through my sketchbook? This is when I was doing portrait drawings and stuff, and there's very rough stuff in there. There's a nose. I'm not gonna like flip through my whole sketchbook or anything. But what I normally do, like when I do my process, is I will sketch a sketch in here. That one was too small, so you guys might have seen that drawing on my Instagram. And I basically ripped the page out. Oh, here's one. Okay, so, and then I ripped the page out and I'll cut it with the guillotine along here and I'll strap it down to my light board. This is my light board. It's still got a drawing strap to it and a sketch underneath. So that's a sketch that I'm doing at the moment. I'll probably have the time lapse of this hopefully next week for you guys. If you don't know, I release videos on Wednesday. I think it's Tuesday if you're in the US. Oh, now I've lost my little sketchbook. And so I'm just going to basically test out a bunch of pens on here and show you guys what they do. I have a lot of, oh, I forgot to give these mention too. So they're for like, if you're doing like portraits and stuff. This eraser is also really good for either portraits or I just use it for like normal erasing. So like this is a Tombow mono eraser and it's like got quite a small tip on the end there and it's quite good for like strands of hair and other stuff like that. I was previously using Mars plastic eraser and they come with like little refills, but I found when I'm sketching that they tend to smudge everything a little bit. And for my sketching pencil I use a 0.5mm Pentel P205 and you can use like just a normal pencil for sketching. You don't need to get a mechanical pencil or anything fancy. That's just your basic pencil there. And for outlining I use a combination of things, like when I ink up my sketches like you saw before. I'm not sure if I should tip this whole thing out. Now let's do it. Oh. So we have a combination of things here. We have your Sakura microns, which a lot of our artists favour. I don't really know whether it's because I bought this off eBay, they're just like running out already, like when I've barely used them. So I don't know if that's a normal thing, but I actually prefer these, and that's because I used these in high school and I've used them for a very long time. Zig Millennium. They're very, very good. That's just my personal preference. Other artists like these guys. And I'll show you the difference here. So that's a thin one. I think I usually use a thicker one. Here we go. So this is the one I normally use. That's 03. Zig Millennium. I also have a 05. Move those over there. I'll go more into the other pens there in a sec. I'll do a side-by-side comparison. So this is a Zig Millennium 03. I don't know how well you can see that from that distance. You might need to, can we zoom in? I don't want to muck around too much there. So, not too much difference there. I don't know if you saw that just then, but focusing issues. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So we've got your Jelly Roll gel pens. You can use these for outlining. You can use them for like little stars and things when you're doing galaxies. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And you've got your Jelly Roll. That's 08, so this one's quite thick, I think. So I probably wouldn't use that for stars. I found actually a lot of artists use these for stars and will swear by them, but personally I don't really like them that much because they don't tend to go very well over the pencil. So I use these. This might have a bit of pink pigment on it. I normally have to scribble with them a little bit first. So I use these, they're Uni Posca paint pens, just white colour. And I just find that they go a little bit better over the pencil. That's just a personal choice. You don't have to use these. You can use the jelly roll if you like. You can give them all a try out if you like. I used to use a lot of these black paint pens. This one's still in a wrapper. For outlining and stuff like that, it can give you a nice, like, quite a thick line around the edge. So that was 0.7 mil, and same with this one. They're both 0.7. I'll put that back in. Where is it? So I mark them on the tip, like what date I got them. That tends to help me. For stars, you're not really going to see this, but for like a little bit of detail, I use these Sakura jelly roll, like a clear glitter pen. I don't know if you can see that on the camera very well, but it's a clear glitter, and it gives it quite a nice little sheen when they tilt the artwork, and I just think that's really nice for them. And we've got more jelly rolls. Alright, so I'm going to put them back in their container here. I have to contain them somewhere because it's so bloody many. Oh, and I forgot to mention Uni Signo, which is quite fun, and actually you can get quite fine little stars because some stars are further away than the others, so it's better to get some bigger and smaller ones to give your galaxy more of a dimension if you're doing galaxy artwork like I do. You can also use them for like glitter and stuff like that, glitter effects and things like that. Okay, that's all sealed up. And lastly, oh no, okay, so we've got Mikado workable matte fixative, and I use that for sealing. That's an Australian product, I believe. Yeah, proudly Australian made, so you might not get that one overseas, but there's a lot of other different fixatives that you can use. I also use these little, they're just makeup brushes, and I use these guys for just brushing any like pencil shavings off my work and around my workspace, like so. I use a Helix sharpener, which is actually clamped to the desk. It's like one of those ones you spin around, so that's here as well. Zest It pencil blend, that's another one that I use. Actually got the tip off another YouTuber, Kirsty Partridge uses it, I think, and it's quite good. It's from the UK and it's quite expensive. Thanks, camera. No, not gonna focus on that one. There we go. So that one's from the UK and they're about 20 Australian for a bottle of that. So there's that, and the Sakura Microns, and I'll just throw it over here because you guys know that I use these, but I have this cool little container. So I got this container, it's got 2 drawers, and I use the top drawer for my warmer colours, and I use the bottom drawer for my cool colours because I'm a freak like that. And that helps me to like know where all the colours are anyway. These are quite deep. But these are all my pencils. I don't actually keep them in the little thingies, I'm not that neat. Yeah, so that's basically all of my supplies and tools. I've gone for 14 minutes now, so I should probably start to wrap this up. Thank you for watching my channel. I really appreciate all of your support. If you like my videos, give me a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to me because I'll be bringing out new content every Wednesday or Tuesday if you're in the US. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys. Thanks so much for the support that I've had so far. Thanks for all of your questions. I really appreciate it. and I'll see you guys next time on Little Candy Gamer.